The new iniBuilds Innsbruck is here. Sit back as we descend through the Alps into the famous airport. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, welcome back to another full flight video on the channel. Today we are back in the PMDG 737 and we're going to check out the new scenery from iniBuilds down at Innsbruck in Austria. So you join us at a gloomy morning in Birmingham in the UK, and yeah, we're going to take the 737 down to Innsbruck to see how the new iniBuilds scenery looks. I know there is a few Innsbruck sceneries already for the game, but iniBuilds have got a good reputation, and any scenery that I already have from them I'm always very impressed with, so I'm interested to see how it looks. And of course they are doing the offer that if you purchase this for Flight Sim 2020 you will get a free upgrade to 2024, which is always good to see. So yeah, we're in the Jet 2 737 and we will get this show on the road by getting ourselves down to Innsbruck. Into the flight deck we go. So welcome to the flight deck. Let's get straight into it then, shall we? So I've just loaded the first panel state that actually comes in the 737. I haven't touched it. The other thing as well, this is the first time I'm flying it with the update that was released a couple of weeks ago, and I've been doing a lot of A380 flying recently, so if this is all a bit all over the place, that is why. You can put the dome light on for now just to get a bit of extra light. So coming down, we can leave all the fuel pumps as they are, all the nav lights can be left as they are. The ground power is on. I like both these switches down the way. Can leave everything as it is. Basically we can leave everything as it is for the moment. We are cruising today though at 350, so we can quickly put that in here as well. The other thing I'm going to do is quickly put the EFB on, so I think it's aircraft equipment. Yep, there we go. I don't know why it's automatically putting it without, because it's really quite annoying. So we can go to EFB. We can request the data from SimBrief. That's going to load it in for us. So my charts should be working now, that is the hope. Let's just go to the airport and go for airport layout. Yeah, there we go. So it's the charts all loaded into the EFB, so that will be useful for today since we're going to Innsbruck. I'm not actually entirely sure what approach we're going to do into Innsbruck. Yeah, I haven't actually thought about it. I know there's obviously the classic circle to land. Whether we do that or not, I don't know, because I'll probably make a complete arse of it if I do, so we'll see how we get on. Okay, the next thing, we need to get the fuel and payload on. So we are taking, in terms of block fuel, 8.5 tons. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. Payload, we are taking estimated zero fuel weight. We're basically full on the payload, which will make for an interesting departure. 62.4, so 98.4%. So we must be quite close to our maximum takeoff weight. 9 tons shy of our maximum takeoff weight, to be fair. So that is that all set up. We can go into the FMC. The nav data is out of date. I thought I'd updated it, but obviously I hadn't. That's fine, doesn't matter. We are at Birmingham, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo. And the init's already in, so we can go Echo Golf Bravo Bravo to LOWI, Lima Oscar Whiskey India. We can go set payload. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. I've never done it like this before. Oh well. So we can go select route. So it's going to bring that in for us. That is a hope anyway. There we go. Click load. and hopefully with some luck it shall load in the, there we go, runway out of Birmingham. We are runway 15, so we can activate and execute that and assume that it has got it right. We'll quickly put in the departure and we'll deal with the arrival in a bit. So we're runway 15 and we're on this departure here. We can just execute that. That looks all okay. Back to init ref then, we can go to, I've never done a performance init request, so let's go for it, why not? And see what it says. Just making sure my controls are working there. So cruise altitude of 370. I think that's wrong unless we're step climbing. We'll leave it at that for now. Does it have a step climbing by any chance? No, it's got us going to 3.7. That is definitely not what the flight plan says. But if that's what it wants us to do, I'm just going to let it do that. So we'll just put 3.7 in. Why not? I mean, in terms of fuel, we're saying we're getting there with 4.2, so that's fine. 2.7 on the reserves, that's fine. Cost index is 80 apparently, that's fine. In terms of takeoff performance, we can go to the EFB for that. Go to the homepage, performance tool. So we can import the, no we can't apparently, runway 15, it's dry. Can import the aircraft's configuration, import the weather, he says, there we go, and calculate. There we go, so flaps 5, and we're going to 49 degrees on takeoff 1, or just takeoff, sorry. So takeoff 49 degrees, flexing, 91.4% is going to be the target N1. Flaps 5 as it said, and just double check its V speeds it wants 45, 47 and 51. 45, 147 it wants in here, and 151, that's fine. So back to the departure and arrival. Let's have a little look into the arrival into Innsbruck. Let's get the map up because I think we might need it. We're also going to come back over here, go to the charts, because again I think we might need them. The arrival, so we're on this arrival, which I can put in right now because I know for a fact we're on that. We're in runway 08. So I'm going to put the RNAV Zulu and find the arrival, and let's just execute that all in at the moment and let's see how that looks. So it's got us going see, I don't know that that's correct. What we might do, we might just do the circle approach landing. So if I go to the approach and go, so obviously we're going into runway 08, which is going to be this one here. So we should be, we're landing this way, so it wants us to come in this direction here. So from Elmem and come in through the valley like this, which should be that should be fairly simple. However, why it is then not so there's us coming in through Tulsi to a holding pattern here by the looks of it, but we need to get over, there's the airport there, so it wants us to get from Rattenberg See, that all just looks like a bit of a mess on the ND. I just want to see that a little bit better. So we need LMEM here. So no, that is correct. See, there's the issue. It wants at LMEM to be 130 or above, which I think is correct. Just having a look on my Navigraph charts on the other page. Let me have a look. I think we're going to go with the circle to land. I honestly think it's going to be less complicated, to be honest with you. So I can get that up on here. The approach. So visual approach, circle to land. So that would bring us in from the direction that we are coming. So I think basically I need to fire some information in from this. I'm also just going to put the airport elevation in because I realise I haven't done that yet, which is 2,000 or 1,900 feet. There we go. So we're just going to go runway 08 on the Tulsa 3 Alpha, execute that. There we go. So what we can then do is I can put some information in for it. So I'll come back to you once I have done that. Okay, so I think I have bodged up some attempt at the circle to land onto the FMC. This is what it looks like. So we come into Rattenberg, we can follow that down, and then we are basically, once we get to Rattenberg, we follow it down until we get to Rum. I'm just going to zoom in here. This is probably completely wrong, and I don't even care because I've never flown it in my life. I'm just making it up, and that's the fun of it. I could go and learn how to do it properly, but alas. So here is the runway. We would be coming into Rum. We will then take the track of 230 out of Rum until we meet this track here of 264, and then basically we just fly along until it looks like we should be turning round. I think at Rum we need to be, or sorry, at Innsbruck we need to be no lower than 3,700 feet, I believe. We'll figure that out as we go down though. And yeah, that is basically how we're going to do it. So we'll see how that goes once we get down there. That will be interesting for you. And Noob tries to fly the circle to land. I'm not interested in the fact that I don't have the proper procedure. We're just having fun with it. In terms of the pressure, I haven't set that actually. Here at Birmingham it is, let me just check on Active Sky. It is 1029, quite high. So we can put 1029 in. It helps it for hectopascals. There we go. 1029 is set. The runway heading, oh my goodness, I'm hitting everything on my screen. The runway heading out of Birmingham is, we're out of 15, so we're 146, so we can just set that on the, which is already done. Interesting. We can do our V2 speed, which was, I can't actually remember now. M1 limit takeoff 151, so we can set that in. Oh. There we go. Initial altitude, let's just go with 200 to begin with. Let's be honest, we're just going straight up anyway, so we'll leave it there. 370 is set up here in the overhead. So with that, left flight director, right flight director, LNAV, VNAV armed. Let's get the APU started up. We can fire all the fuel pumps on as well. Like so. Do we have any in the centre? I assume we do. Yeah, a little bit. We can ask GSX to prepare us for pushback and departure. We can turn the packs off in preparation for departure. APU bleed can come, not on yet. Can come on in a second.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Have a little look at what's going on outside. One thing I didn't do is start SkyDolly, which I should have, because everyone loves a replay. There we go.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
There we go. So we can put the parking brake on, like so. And we can go over to the APU generators, like so. And don't turn the APU off like I did in the last video. Window heats can all come on. The probe heats can come on as well. APU bleed can now come on. Ding the cabin, why not? Can put the anti-collision light on. We can leave that as it is. We can go to APU gen here. We want to go left, and it wants us to get rid of all of the GSX stuff, so removed.
Release parking brakes.
There we go. It wants us to release the parking brakes, so that I will do.
Commencing push.
Off the blocks.
Start at will.
Where the hell are you taking us? Where the hell are you taking us? What the fuck? I hate GSX. I mean, this is apparently with a SimBrief profile. What the fuck? It just kills the immersion. Like, I know I'm on about like, oh, it's just for having fun, but that is just ridiculous. Anyway, to the overhead panel, it packs it off, and go to ground on engine number 2. Jeez, oh man. We do still have the new, I say new, the sounds from FlightSim.to. Waiting for 2.5% in 1. There it goes, and goes the fuel. There is a good start on engine number 2.
Set parking brakes.
They are set. Put ground for number 1. Again, waiting for 2.5. There it is, and goes the fuel.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
And starter cutout. We have 2 good engines. Okay, I just want to quickly set the trim before I forget. We are 5.79 on the trim is what we want. That'll do it. Okay, after start checklist, we can, I say checklist, I'm just going with it. Generators on, APU off, hydraulic pumps can come on, the left and right packs can come on, isolation valve to auto, bleeds can come on, starter switches to continuous, taxi light can come on. I'm going to put the dome light off now. It's not making much of a difference now, the sun's starting to come up. Of course this guy wants to come down here, so I'm just hoping that he's going to disappear in a second. We can go 7,000. We're not on that sim, but who cares? So we can go to AIRAC. The weather radar now works. Well, I say works, it's the a Sobo version of it, so we can go weather. We'll go in terrain on the first officer side. There's an Aer Lingus. And yeah, we can go flaps at 5. Bit of flight control check. Rudders. Flaps are set, green light, auto brake RTO. No light. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? And just like that, the Ryanair has despawned, which is what I wanted. So we've got our EFB here. Nice simple taxi out of Birmingham up to runway 15 at the other end of the airport. What we'll do is we'll just take we'll go straight out to Echo. Yeah. We'll try and beat the Aer Lingus before we get in it. So in fact, you know what? No, we'll just go this way. And then that way we'll not get in Mr. Aer Lingus's way. Get that sunrise. I swear every departure I have done has been like this recently, where it's like just a horrible day. The taxiing feels a lot different in a new update for this, that's for sure. Forgot to start SkyDolly, but it's okay, we can do that now. Oh god, I hope that doesn't muck up the recording, the way that's just come up. To a Dreamliner over there. Yeah, taxiing now feels like the opposite of what it felt like in before, where it's now it seems really sensitive. I don't know. Okay, so here we are coming to runway 15. So we'll just slow this down a little bit there. We can put the landing lights on, tunnels can come on, the strobe light can come on. We can arm auto throttle. That's the view I was trying to find. Oh, I should have really checked. Is there anything coming? No, didn't think so. I've had to turn the traffic right down to keep the game running somewhat smoothly. Swing around. There we go. Taking off into that sunset, which on my screen looks great. I hope the HDR recording works of it. So, we can start the clock. 40%. Stable. Takeoff. Got a master caution which is gone, so we'll just pretend we didn't see it. Checked. There's 100. Rotate. Gently back on the stick. Into the sky we go, a little bit all over the place. Gears coming up. Trimming it to perfection, or at least trying, as you can hear. There's climb thrust. Bringing that nose down to accelerate. There we go. Command A, or autopilot, sorry. Or Command A, yeah, that's correct. I keep getting it mixed up because we're in different aircraft all the time. There's flaps 1. We can altitude intervene it all the way up to 370. We can also go flaps up. Out through the clouds, look at that. Screenshot acquired. Oh, that just looks... I cannot wait for Flight Sim 2024 just to build on what has been a great 4 years with 2020. Like, it's just, yeah. Look at that sun. Oh, I really hope the HDR's recording it. Like, the recording of the HDR is working, because that looks stunning. We can do our after takeoff checks, so the auto brake can come off. Landing gear. I was going to say landing gear switch can go off, but it doesn't want to, so I'm just going to leave it there. The engine start switches can come off. We can turn off the taxi lights and the turn-offs. And yeah, off we go to Innsbruck for what is sure to be an interesting approach. We're through 6,000, so we can set standard pressure. Once, twice, 3 times. Boom. Oh yes. I have to say, now that we're not in the A380, it's quite nice to have a nice smooth sim again. I've been able to turn some settings back up now we're not in the A380, because it's just the PMDG probably runs the best out of all the kind of complex aircraft that I've got. FPS wise, probably runs the best. So it's good to be back in it. We've got the fuel master caution. Can get rid of that. It's because there's no fuel left in the centre. So with that, we can just take the fuel pumps off, or the centre fuel pumps off. Go, we can zoom right out. There's 10,000, lights off. Seatbelt signs to auto. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the flight. But yeah, with that, 10,000 feet as always, this is when I will leave you and love you, or love you and leave you as the saying goes. And I will see you when we are on the approach down into Innsbruck. I'm sure it will be interesting, you do not want to miss it. I will see you then. Welcome back to the flight deck. I thought I would bring you back a little bit earlier than I usually would, since we are going into some lovely scenery. We can just get set up for the approach and we can pretend that we didn't hear TCAS, and we're just going to ignore it, because whatever traffic it's talking about is... I'm not interested. Anyway, so in terms of the approach, you can see we're descending really fast. I don't know why the aircraft's decided we need to descend at such a high pace, but it is what it is. In terms of getting set up for the approach, I've already put the localizer in, or the VOR, sorry, for Innsbruck in. I've got this page set up for our I don't actually know what it's called, but I know I've got it set up so that we can have a better visual representation of what's going on. It's wanting a bit of speed brake to help it out here. Yeah, I don't know why it's insisting on going so slow. So fast, sorry. So we're just going to give it a bit of speed brake to help. In terms of getting set up for the approach though, we can, I've already just put the seatbelt signs on, they can stay on. The starter switches will move to continuous just now, just due to the terrain. Everything else can stay as is for the moment. In terms of auto brake, we'll go with auto brake 3. The runway at Innsbruck is fairly long, I'm pretty sure. Oh, charts. Airport. Not briefings. Yeah, so the airport runway, it's 6,500 feet, so it's not the shortest in the world. It's certainly not the longest by any stretch. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring the speed brake back in. We're going to use auto brake 3 just due to the approach and how it looks. I've already set SkyDolly up, so if there is any interesting views, hopefully I have showed them to you by now. But yeah, in terms of the arrival, as I said, we are using the circle to land, which is going to be a bit of a disaster probably. I prefer this in night mode. Right, we do not need the throttles playing. Yeah, the VNAV's been a little bit weird on this descent. So yeah, we'll get the circle to land. As I said, we're kind of going to make it up as we go along. I've tried to put the rough idea of how we want to attempt to do it on the ND. Pressure at Innsbruck's 1030, which I'm just going to set now because that is quite high, which is going to mean that we're a little bit high, but it's okay. 1030 set once, twice, 3 times. Going to give a little bit more speed brake again just to help the aircraft slow down. We'll put the landing lights and everything on now, again obviously due to the altitude that we are landing at. The speed's starting to come back, which is what I want. I am just going to put the ND onto the lower one here so that we can have a different perspective of where we are at, and I'll zoom that probably right into about 5 miles. So speed's coming back nicely. Continuing to use a bit of speed brake to help us out. these mountain tops just appearing. Lovely, love it. Now the visibility probably means that we shouldn't be doing this approach. I don't know. I just got to check what is the minimums for the circle to land. 5,000 meters, 3,000 meters. Let's just go with 3,700 as a minimums, eh? Why not? Or will we? Because this will probably take about 75 years to get up to 3,700. Oh jeez, this will take forever. Oh god, even the radial altimeter is 1793. Okay, we'll just try and go for it. This might take me about 45 years to set up here. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. I'm just going to ignore the minimums. I'll put it at a radio, just so it says it, but oh, the radio's different as well. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, why not? 77 feet. If we hear that before we're anywhere near the runway, we're probably going to die. So I'm going to look at it. This is very ominous here, as you see the terrain and our white line going right into it. It's very ominous. I'm assuming that's this terrain here. So you can see that we've now just gone to 9,000 feet. We're now going direct to Rum, which if you look over at our approach is this one here. So out of Rum we'll be taking a heading of 230, which I'm just going to bug up on the heading here as well, just so that it's kind of ready, I suppose. 230, there we go. So we've got about just 15 miles or so to run until we hit Rum. I'm going to start getting the aircraft ready for landing, so I'm going flaps 1. I know it seems a bit excessive, but we want to be prepared and ready for this because it's going to come up on us really quickly and I would like the aircraft to slow down. So with that I'm going to bring the speed brakes all the way out to flight detent just to get us slowing down. Because as I said, this will come up very quickly on us. The decel point is here anyway, which would be where we would normally start firing flaps out, so it's not too bad. We're not going to use the autopilot for too long, but as long as I can't see anything, I'm going to continue to use it for the moment. I'm not going to worry about our VNAV profile because once we hit the decel point it would have slowed us down anyway. Can bring them back in now. He says as the aircraft starts to nosedive to catch up with the VNAV profile. There is no need for that. No need for that plane. Okay. Just going to arm the speed brake for now. We might use it again, but I'll arm it. I'm quite stressed. I've never done an approach like this, and because of the clouds I can't see a bloody thing, which isn't helping. You can see we're coming up and Rum. That is scary. You can see we're in the valley just now anyway. Yeah, we should be okay here. Famous last words. Through the clouds. I don't know where the plane decided it was going there. Oh, this is sketchy. I don't know if they would do this in real life, but this feels really sketchy. Like, I don't know if they would do a circle to land here when it's... Whoa, where is the plane going? I don't know why it's deciding to take such drastic actions on the LNAV. There isn't a bit of wind. Well, at least according to the PFD there isn't. Whoa, look at this. Is this just turbulence from like where we're at? I have no idea. Hard to tell. Oh, I really hope we break through. I don't know how dense these clouds are. Active Sky has Innsbruck at, believe it or not, few at 1,500. What is the LNAV doing? Whoa, okay. We're going heading select, we're doing this ourselves. I do not trust what LNAV is playing at. I don't know if it's the wind or what it's trying to say it is. Just going to zoom in the first officer site all the way. Sorry. And yeah, we're going to be hitting 230 out of... I'm going to go flaps 5 as well, actually. Just about to turn to 230. Once we've hit the turn for 230, we're going to go gear down flaps 15. We want to be prepared nice and early. So here comes run, we're going to hit 230 now. We're going to go gear down. Hey, we can see. Okay, so we're going to go back to normal on the PFD here. Once we hit this green line here, you can see we're going to go to 264 on the heading. The airport is just there. We're okay for now. This is going better than I had anticipated, which is a good thing. Oh, I really hope the replays of this look good. Don't worry about that. I know.
Caution, terrain.
Okay, there's 3,700. We're going to start hitting the 264 turn now.
Caution, terrain.
That's okay. We can just ignore GPWS. 264 it is we're looking for.
Caution, terrain.
There we go.
Caution, terrain.
Maybe done it a little bit early. So I'm just going to go 260 just to keep us going over that way.
Terrain.
That's us at 3,700. I'm going to go flaps 15.
Caution, terrain.
I'm going to go speed or speed intervene.
Terrain. Pull up.
We're going to
Terrain. Pull up.
kill the terrain, inhibit, because it's annoying me. Can bring the speed all the way back. There's the runway. 264 now. We're close enough. With that, we're going to go flaps 30. I didn't actually set the VREF, which was my fault. So 154 is our final speed, which is actually what we're on. We're spot on. Flaps 30 set. Going to go vertical speed, and we're going to go down to 3,500. Or we're going to go down to 3,000, sorry. You can see we're about 800 feet off the ground at the moment, according to the radial altimeter there. We're going to start bringing it down, 500 feet per minute. How are we looking? Looking okay. Going to start turning it because we're about to go into the side of a mountain. There we go. Keep her coming, keep her coming, keep her coming. There we go. Lovely. I'm going to go autopilot out in just a little second. There we go. Autopilot's out.
1,000.
Auto throttle's out. 600 feet above the ground, we're good. We're going to keep that turn coming. We're going to bring the throttles right back now. Keep her coming, keep her coming. We might be we've overshot it quite severely, but nothing that we can't fix. There we go. Do you know what, I'm okay with that. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. From purely winging it, not following the procedure entirely correctly, I'm quite happy with that. So just confirming, gear down, flaps 30, speed brake is armed. We've got a big crane here that we'll try and avoid. Start hitting that turn. There we go. 1 red, 3 whites, try and correct. There we go. We're a little bit slow actually. Let's get that throttle right in.
Approaching minimums.
Don't think the pappies are quite correct.
100 minimums.
Landing.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Flare. Oh, bit of a floater. Get it down. Come on. Reversers. Full reverse. Manual braking because we are flying. 60, 40 reversals in. Oh. Well, that was incredible. Oh my goodness gracious. 20 knots. It's spinning around. Well, welcome to Innsbruck. I actually cannot wait to see those replays, because that was bloody... that got really intense really quickly. We can bring the speed brake in, bring the flaps up, auto brake off. We'll get the APU started. Well, to say that was intense is an understatement of the century. We can stop the clock, 1 hour 46 minutes in the sky. Yeah, at one point it looked like we were getting dangerously close to that mountain as we came round. I think I might split this video into 2 parts, to be quite honest with you, because I think that was worthy of its own video, because it was that much of a disaster. What a noob. I love it, but that is the fun of flight sim at the end of the day. Like, I could have learned and done that properly and it would have still been fun, but to kind of wing it roughly based on the charts, I mean, I can read a chart. I can't read a chart in too much detail. There's things on it that I wouldn't be able to tell you what they mean. But to be able to roughly read it and roughly come up with something with my base understanding of the aircraft that's the fun, isn't it? That's why I enjoy flight sim. But yeah, welcome to iniBuilds Innsbruck. We'll have a chance to take a look at the scenery in a moment, I guess. Yeah, that was fun. Don't know why I don't fly here more often. Just coming off the runway now, so landing lights can come off, the strobe light can go to steady. Can turn terrain off, can turn the weather off. We have an APU, so I'm just going to flick over to that now so that I don't forget. Where should we park? Stand 6. Don't know what one stand 6 is. There it's there. Just waiting for all the GSX stuff to spawn in. I'm just going to stop SkyDolly. There we go. I would have been heartbroken if it had not worked. I will be heartbroken if it's not worked. I think it should have though. There we go. Stand 6 is just here. Can get the taxi light off. We don't want to blind anybody. Look at that, it looks bloody incredible. I tried to turn my terrain level of detail right up for this approach. Yeah, I tried to turn the terrain level of detail right up, just because I knew we were coming into nice terrain, so I think it's sitting at 200, and because we're in the PMDG, we can get away with it. Spin around. Go. That'll do it. Parking brake on. We've already done the APU, so we can kill the engines. We can come up to overhead. Hydraulics can come off. APU bleed can come on. Fuel pumps can all come off. Anti-collision light can come off. Seatbelt signs can come off. Can ask GSX to do some deboarding for us. There we go. Deboarding, please. Deboarding, thank you. You can open the isolation valve. Probe heats can come off. Window heats can come off for now. Welcome. Oh, I just need to reset the camera a moment. Hang on. This is from doing my cruise shots. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go. It's just doing my cruise shots. Yeah, welcome to Innsbruck. That was... yeah, I enjoyed that. As an approach, I enjoyed that. Look at this stunning scenery. Oh, goodness gracious. Need to get a screenshot of that. That looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, welcome to Innsbruck. We're absolutely spot on. Look at that. I'll take that. Take that every day of the week. It looks incredible. It just looks absolutely incredible. I use that word a lot when I play Flight Sim. I guess that means it's a compliment to the sim, but that looks incredible. I think that this might be the thumbnail, eh? Oh good, GSX and its pink passengers are back, lovely. I'm so glad about that. I'm glad I got the screenshot before that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. This is the new iniBuilds Innsbruck scenery. I haven't looked around it properly yet, but I can tell just from looking at it now, it's the usual iniBuild standard, which is good, let's be honest. And yeah, looks stunning. But yeah, I am going to end this video now so that I can go onto SkyDolly and get some beautiful shots of that arrival, because I can't wait to do that. But yeah, in the meantime though, if you have enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe. I would appreciate it, and like the video. But yeah, until the next one, I will see you then. Cheerio.